What's going on, YouTube? Phoenix Slayer here, and today, I don't know how I thought of this idea and why, but today we'll be ranking the main missions in the Division 2's Warlords New York DLC. Keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion. I'll be judging it on difficulty, playstyle, and how fun it was in general to run through the missions. Number 5, Wall Street. Coming in last place for our list is Wall Street. I don't really necessarily hate Wall Street. I just feel like it's kind of a mix between it can be fun, but you have to have a group of friends to be with, and I usually play solo in the division unless I solo up for or matchmake, whatever, for like heroic or heroic, because I don't really do legendary because I'm not that kind of player. But anyways, back to the list. The game this mode just kind of feels a little bit annoying on its own, especially on higher difficulties. Like, during the, polarity event, how you see in the, clip on the screen, is that I like to go behind the counter with an LMG and just sit there and crap, I forgot what it's called. Hipfire? Yeah, Hipfire, let's just say that for right now. But yeah, with that polarity event, polarity switch, every time I would hit one of the other one, they would just keep switching up. Things I did like about this mission though was the APC part, because it did seem fun, but after a certain amount of time, and you just run it a couple times, especially on higher difficulties, you'll learn the strategies of all, and then so it just won't become funny anymore. But this mission's a solid, I'd say about 6.5 out of 10. Number 4, Pathway Park. Coming at second to last is Pathway Park, which kind of hurts me a little bit, because I really do like Javier's character and backstory, but the mission, it just kind of doesn't sit right with me. I mean, it's a step up from Wall Street, but it's a little bit less on replayability. I mean, Javier, like, case in point, if you're using like the M1A and you get him down to a certain point, I know it's just scripted events, but it just kind of feels weird that he's able to just survive that when when you clear out his health bar and he fires so many shots and he basically turns into a Terminator. But this one's kind of a mix on me. So while I do like it, I do hate it at the same time. Like, the good things about the mission, I really love the beginning and the pathway before we got into the sewers, because I just really love the green and all the plant life that was around in the beginning. But once you get into the sewers, it turns to like really bland and just darkened areas, which I do like, because I like how it gives you more opportunity to explore. And I also do like how, if you see in the clip, you see Javier can charge at you with his signature machete. I didn't like the shock traps. I didn't like the shock traps at the beginning when I first played through, because I just found them really annoying, which is okay because it kind of gives difficulty. But once you start to master it, and if you use like an EMP pulse, then it just kind of disables the effect. But it's a step up for Wall Street. I would give it I give it a solid 7. It can use a little bit more work, but I think the mission did good on its own. On to the next one. Number 3, The Tombs. Now that we got into the top 3, I'm going to start being a lot more positive on these missions, because these are missions I actually really enjoy playing. Case in point, The Tombs. I might have ranked that at number 3, but I really do love this mission. But the thing is, that's kind of holding me back a little bit on it. It's just the amount of NPCs. There seems to be a lot in general locations, and that just kind of slows down the vibe a little bit. Like, I do love how there is replayability and there is really good difficulty here, considering how you can see like Theo. He always spawned the Charlie Tower for some reason, but he'll spawn at randoms. You got the holograms, and the holograms can be taken out with like EMPs or the EMP pulse, but if you're not a person who uses them, then it's whatever. But I did like the DZ turrets. They kind of force you out of hiding, and especially they can be difficult on higher difficulties. And if the shutters are open, they're shooting at you. But all in all, I did like this mission. I liked how our final fight was in the like a dark zone checkpoint by the looks of it, I guess. And Theo, I like Theo's character too. I did like when you go through the mission, you could see you can see small footprints, like see like he was running. And I did like the striker drones that you were put up against because they're hard to hit sometimes. And if you, like I said, you don't use an EMP or an EMP pulse, then they're annoying. But I can understand if you don't want to use one. But all in all, this was a good mission. I give it a solid 9. And I might rank the next one lower, but this is just because I love this mission a lot. On to the next one. Number 2, Stranded Tanker. Coming second to last place, we have Stranded Tanker. I really did like this mission, not as much as the tombs, but I kind of like some of the events that go on. I kind of like how during the mission, Conley's talking, during like some sections with Conley, and she's speaking to the cleaners. You can tell like she's really devoted to the cleaners, and she will stop at nothing to stop. And I really do like that because it adds more depth into her character. Not to mention, I love the things like the fire towers, going through using shooting the oil pumps, all that to get the fire bombs. But in general, I really did like this mission. It was set in a good standard. I liked the area. The bad thing about it though, the part I hated the most was probably at the beginning with the crap where they were coming in through the tunnel, because that part just kind of annoyed me. And God, I gotta think about this for a second because I got a couple ideas. But I did like this mission. I enjoyed going around slaughtering the cleaners. That sounds really kind of messed up. And I did like how, like, when you killed Conley, and like, I guess, it's the scene after this, but I like how when you kill Conley, like the way she went out, I think it's just like perfect way for like, I'm pretty sure it's the perfect way for like a sociopath to go out. Not trying to say she is a sociopath, she's just insane. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. Anyways, Stranded Tanker, second favorite. On to the first one. Y'all probably already know what it is. Number 1, Liberty Island. Coming at number 1, which is really obvious. I mean, if you didn't see it as number 1, then, I mean, come on. Is Liberty Island. And the reason I love this mission so much is mainly because we finally take down the big baddies from the Division 1, Aaron Keener, who has caused so much trouble for us. And all it took was trust, determination, and the Eagle Barrel, which sucks now. But we're not going into depth because my lawyers say I can't do that. But anyways, to this mission. I loved like everything about how Black Tusk are trying to go after Keener too, and it's just really difficult and fun, especially on lower difficulties, because you got the Razorback, you got all these type of things. You got my favorite parts of the mission were just, I'm gonna list them because there are a lot. The part you're seeing on the screen right now, we're disabling the missile, neutralizing the Razorback. The section where you try to try to access try to access Keener's computer, and it releases all the shade tech from, like, rogue tech, I guess I'm gonna call it that now, from the boxes, like how you see in that, and the final boss fight with Keener. I did love also the Marauder part where he hijacked the Marauder and Warhounds. I loved it. Keener throughout this mission, he seems so like just broken. Like, you can kind of tell that he kind of has nothing to lose in the end, which kind of makes him a really dangerous character because he'll go at nothing to get what he needs, which I do like, adds to character. And I give this mission a solid 100 out of 10. I know, I'm ranking it too early. Anyways, I really also did like the ending. I mean, I'm kind of sad that we killed Keener, because if they're working on Division 3, then he would have been a really good character to add back in. Then I could develop more of a story, but Know how that goes. And spoiler alert for the people who haven't played the game, and somehow it's been out for about 2 months and you haven't understood the story or heard it out of the line. But at the end of the game, after you kill Keener activates Anna, or the Rogue Division Network. Fei Lao contacts Black Tusk, and it turns out Fei Lao has gone rogue and is now working with Black Tusk, which hasn't ended well for many rogues, let's just say that. But anyways, screw her. And Keener was a really good boss. I really love the EMP effect, meaning that if you're using a Reviver Hive or any type of skill, you can't, and it's basically just one try and then you gotta restart. I hated the hives. Speaking of which, I hated the hives. I hated that Defender drone. There's nothing really in this mission that really pissed me off that much. Probably the hive, though. F the hive. Out to my homeboys. But anyways, that's number 1. Stick around for the end credits.
Okay, I have a kid.
Rogue, fix your drone. Enjoy this.
While Warlords of New York came out, and there were a lot of bugs, people had to get used to the new gear, and it came with a lot of good stuff like Gear 2.0, but it came with bad stuff like how the NPCs got turned into gods. But we're not going to talk about that. But in general, I personally enjoyed Warlords of New York. I think it was a great story arc, and I think it did a really good job in finishing up Keener's story. And it kind of put on how Keener said his legacy, which I like to see how it ends. And it's good. I would recommend it. Recommend not, it's your choice. I really don't care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.